It's open.
Sup, man?
Hey, man.
Ready for the kickball tournament?
Hell yeah, bro. Wait, what is that?
Car keys.
No, not your car keys. Why aren't you wearing any shoes?
Even if I told you, you wouldn't believe me. So what's the point?
Oh yeah? Try me.
Alright. Got a story and a half for you, buckaroo. So, I have a yearly tradition with my grandmother. She and I sit across from each other at a table and eat a bowl of cereal in complete silence. It's always the highlight every year, and I think if for any reason this tradition is to be postponed, canceled, or compromised, her little heart wouldn't be able to take it. Her heart would literally explode, vaporizing everybody within a 12-block radius, including myself. My dear grandmother had her old heart replaced. She took a rough tumble down the stairs, and the only way to keep her alive was to replace her heart with a motorcycle engine that runs on pure plutonium. You see, her bones are made of steel and are controlled by rather rickety pistons, and when she gets upset, the pistons go a little haywire, if you know what I mean. So, basically, if Grandma doesn't get her cereal, those pistons may cause enough friction to ignite many a flame within her and blow her motorcycle engine heart to smithereens. Shouldn't be an issue, right? Well, just you wait. When I found out that the maid had forgotten to wash all of the bowls, I was flabbergasted and pissed off a tad bit. I can't wash the dishes. I'm not the maid. God! I'm not that kind of guy. I'm more of a select the right input on the remote to get the game console up on the TV kind of guy, you know? So I had absolutely zero bowls to work with here. And her and my grandma's little pissed enjoyed sitting and waiting at the table, so what else could I possibly do but pull off my shoes and use them as bowls? We had a beautiful, lovely, beautiful cereal moment together, and it was beautiful. She was so happy, and her motorcycle heart did not obliterate the neighborhood, myself included. So yeah, that's what happened, and now I'm here.
So you put milk in your shoe. Come in.
What's going on, guys? Ready for some kickball?
You too?
But what are your shoes?
Even if I told you, you wouldn't believe me. So what's the point?
Try me.
All right.
You guys realize this is a kickball tournament, right? You have to use your feet.
Don't worry about that, dude.
I'll tell you why I don't have my shoes. So I glued my shoes to the ceiling.
What? Why would you do that?
I was getting there before you so rudely interrupted me.
Didn't even interrupt.
I will hurt you physically, emotionally, and theoretically. You wouldn't be able to stop me with a 10-foot pole. Maybe a 15-foot pole. You know, anything in between is fair game. Well,
Alright, continue.
so essentially, I glued my shoes to the ceiling because there's a lot of vampire media coming out lately, and I wanted to get in on the wave. I think I could play a pretty mean Dracula, wouldn't you say? You know, I've got it all. Sleep all day, spontaneously combust into bats, and I really, really, really hate silver.
Isn't that werewolves?
Did you glue your shoes to the ceiling to try and backflip into them to sleep like a bat? No. Huh?
Yeah, I did.
Huh?
Oh, you did.
Huh? Didn't think so. So anyway, once I had my shoes glued up there real tight, I realized I didn't have a way to get up there. Because I lent my big bad ladder to Cousin Fernando.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cousin Fernando. So, I did the only thing any reasonable person would do, and I tried to do a backflip up into the shoes.
Of course.
But I didn't get high enough, and I, landed real weird and janked up my back real bad. After I fell and janked up my back, my cousin Pete walked in, and he said, "Did you try to do the glue your shoes to the ceiling and backflip into them trick?" And I said, yeah, I did, Cousin Pete. You want to know what he said? He said, "Well, you obviously didn't do it correctly, because look at you now." And you know what he did? He swallowed an apple whole, flipped me off, and then did a kick flip out my window.
Wow.
So now I'm here. You know, I did it.
No! Where are your shoes? It's a freaking kickball tournament! You have to use your feet!
Even if I told you, you wouldn't believe me. So what's the point?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What's that? Stop! There's no room here!
There's chairs!
Other chairs!
The chairs!
Stupid!
Pull up some chairs and then tell your story, okay?
Oh, I can't wait for your stories.
You're not gonna believe this.
Try me.
Okay, let me just draw it out.
Okay.
Okay, so first I had to sell my favorite cow to get these magic beans. Like this. And I accidentally left my shoes on top of them, where I planted the beans. Like this. And when it came back out, it had grown into a massive, large, gigantic beanstalk. And I had to climb it in order to get my shoes back. As I tried to climb again and again, I kept falling over and over. And around fall 7 or 8, my back started to hurt. So I had to call my cousin Fernando, who had a big bad ladder. But Fernando told me he'd only help me if I gave him my shoes, so I was like, what the heck? So here I am. Never count on my cousin Fernando in a pinch. He will let you down. I bet my cow would have helped me, but I sold him. Like a fool. I am but a clown. In the world is a circus. I am but putty in fate's hands.
Whoa.
Can we go play kickball now?
Hold on.
Okay, so that's why I don't have any shoes. Why don't you not have any shoes?
Well, even if I were to tell you, you wouldn't believe me. So what's the point?
Try me.
Alright.
You just have that on you?
Always.
So I was going outside to get the newspaper, but it wasn't there yet. The newspaper boy was a little bit late today. When he got there, I noticed something was a little bit off about him. He had glowing red eyes, and when he opened his mouth to speak to me, his voice was that of 1,000 dying voices. Then, an unthinkable thing happened. And instead of throwing me the daily newspaper, the newspaper boy, or whatever had become of him, threw me a book most sinister. Its pages felt like skin, and not in a good way. And it was inked in a liquid I assumed to be blood, or cranberry juice.
How did you know? The taste? The smell?
Viscosity.
Regardless, I began to read this wretched tome, and as the words escaped my throat, the ground began to rumble. I took a step, or 5, to my right to escape the sensation, but it followed me. I could think of but one thing to do. So I leapt in the air with all my might, as if I was preparing to soar to the heavens above. But I made a careless error in regards to the way my shoelaces were tied on my shoes. They were not. Once I laughed, the shoe slipped right off my feet. No. I looked down from the air and saw 2 horrible, grotesque shoe-shaped holes formed around my 2 shoes on the ground.
Not the Jordans.
Jordans.
My 2 special shoes were sucked into an overwhelmingly nasty hellscape. Then, rumble stopped and I landed on the ground again. But alas, I was shoeless! Suddenly, with no warning, the book turned in my direction, and it flapped open and closed like a mouth, and said, "Thanks for the kicks, jackass!" And it burst into green flames and was just gone. Yeah, my cousin Fernando saw everything. Ask him. Never count on cousin Fernando in a pinch. Ugh. Anyway, I came here and stuff. Yeah.
Cousin Fernando? Magic MacGuffin stealing your shoes? Doesn't that sound a bit derivative?
You can't call reality derivative, dumbass. Idiot Todd. This happened, bro. This happened. Grow up, baby. Stupid baby. Ugh. God, doesn't even believe in reality. Next time your stupid wife dies in a stupid train accident, I'm gonna call it derivative. See what your stupid ass likes it, Todd.
Bro, I don't even have a wife.
That's derivative of single people. Yeah? Huh? Pumpkin? Grow some nards, old spice. Oh, yeah?
Where are your shoes? Even if I told you, you wouldn't believe me, so what's the point?
Try me.
Okay, I'm gonna spill the beans.
Magic beans?
No!
Just the beans.
Look, I was just gonna come in here and make up another lie with cousin Fernando, but here's the truth. I didn't want to go into the interview and shake the guy's hand just for him to look down and see that I have wet shoes. I don't want you walking around on my floors. Why not? This floor is dry, your shoes are wet, you do the math. Say it, don't spray it, bozo. I'd never feel more dejected in my life. Just truly rock bottom for me. I don't think I could get lower if I tried. Me and my careless, wet shoes, take a gander at the pickle I've gotten myself into. It was a cucumber at first, but then it brined into the wet, sloppy mess that my shoes made and became a pickle.
I lied. There was no cereal tradition with my grandmother. I don't have my shoes because I didn't want to get my new kicks wet.
No. You don't have to do this. I lied. I didn't glue my shoes to the ceiling. I don't even like vampires. I just didn't want to get my new kicks wet.
Okay, well, you don't have to lie. Like, I'm the one who lied. You don't have to try to take the fall for me.
No. I lied.
I lied.
No.
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 I lied. No, it was...
There were no magic beans. I just didn't want to get my new kicks wet.
No, I'm Radio Rebel. I left my shoes at home. There was no magic book. My kicks are at home, dry and safe. I just didn't want to get them wet.
No.
Don't take the fall for me. It was my fault.
Why did you lie?
I had to.